So welcome to the IQI Weekly International Sales Sharing. My name is Sue Wong. I'm international property consultant, your host of today. On behalf of IQI Global, Asia's largest real estate firm and a member of IQI, I would like to thank you for tuning in and supporting our program. And this program features various real estate opportunities, global investment criteria, at the same time sharing some of the latest and hottest investment opportunity in different countries. So do join us every Wednesday at 3 p.m. on Facebook Live. And today's sharing is about a project in Manchester, United Kingdom. And we are privileged to have Mr. Jimmy Wong, Head of Digital Sales, to share with us on why we should invest in Victoria Riverside at Manchester. So Jimmy, you can go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Sue. Hi, fellow IQI warriors. Today we have a special treat today. So we'll be talking about the project in the UK, which is called Victoria Riverside. So Victoria Riverside is a collaboration between the UK government, Manchester City Council, and Far East Consortium. Far East Consortium is listed in Hong Kong. They've been running about 50 years. They established in 1972. So they've done a lot of large projects all across the world. They've done about 10 projects in Australia, in Malaysia, Singapore, the UK. In Australia, they did a project in Perth, which we promoted previously earlier in the year, called The Hub. So they're a very, very solid developer, and they're teaming up with the government to do one of the largest projects in the northwest of the UK. So this project is really for targeting those buyers who are looking for long-term safe investment, which provides a strong rental demand and continued capital appreciation. It's because this project is going to last 15 to 20 years. It's like buying into the first phase of a large project, such as in Hong Kong, like Tai Kung Shing, a blue chip real estate community, which is going to provide a very, very stable income. Okay, before we start going into the actual project, we'll talk about why people are looking to invest in the UK. And a lot of you have already seen these points before, so I just quickly summarize them. In terms of an exchange rate, the exchange rate is still quite low. Right now it's hovering at £1 is about 10.8 Hong Kong dollars. Compare this with 2013, when it was £1 sterling was 13 Hong Kong dollars. There's still a significant discount in terms of currency. The bank interest rates are still the lowest they've ever been, and it's easy to get a mortgage right now. During the shortage or during the stamp duty holiday, a lot of banks pulled out of the expat mortgage market. Now more and more players have gone back into the market, so it's easy to get a mortgage. There's no longer a Brexit uncertainty now hovering over the market. Yeah.
I got to stop you. Are you sharing screen right now, or are you sharing slide right now, or no?
Yes.
You are, because we can't see it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see now?
No.
Okay, 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
Yep.
Okay. Can you see now?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Let me just, can you see the next slide?
Yes.
Okay, great. So, there's no longer the uncertainty of Brexit. In 2016 to 2019, there was a bit of an uncertainty during that period, but that's all gone away now. People are very optimistic about the future, and house prices have risen their strongest in 15 years. If we look at the next slide, we actually see that the house price slowed down considerably in 2015, going down to its slowest level in 2019. With the stamp duty holiday, it bounced back in 2020. And over the last year, we've seen the fastest growth in the last 6 years. That's not just me saying it. BBC News, Financial Times, The Guardian have all quoted and reported on the UK house prices seeing the highest growth in the last 6 years.
Yeah.
And with the house prices going up, it's obviously a seller's market. The sellers are able to sell their property very quickly now. In May 2020, it took on average about 88 days to sell their property, and this has actually shrunk considerably. And now in August 2020, it only took 53 days to actually sell a property. The fundamentals of supply and demand can be evidently seen. From 2009, the supply of homes for sale has continuously decreased. So here we see that the supply of homes has actually reduced. And in the right-hand chart, we see that the greatest change is for Greater London. So in Greater London, we see that the supply of homes has actually shrunk together with the southwest and southeast and northwest, where the project in Manchester is located. So why Manchester? Why the UK? Manchester is actually the second biggest city in terms of GDP in the UK. It's the capital of the Northern powerhouse, and it's the only city with a real international airport outside of London. It's actually the third busiest airport in the UK, behind Heathrow and Gatwick. The government are pumping in about £1 billion to actually transform the Manchester airport. And what this does is going to attract more international investors. So tech giants like Amazon, Google, Huawei have already located to Manchester. We've got more than 200 tech companies established in Manchester in the recent 3 years. And what this has done is it's attracted a lot of young professionals. The population has actually increased 15 times faster than the actual property construction rates. So what this means is so many people are flooding into Manchester, there aren't enough properties or homes to accommodate them. And it also means the vacancy rate is very low. The vacancy rate in Manchester, in the city centre, stands at 1%. If you're looking to sell the property, the market is very liquid. The property sales volume is the second highest in the UK. If we talk about Manchester in general, it's split up into two parts. We've got Manchester city centre and we've got Greater Manchester. So Greater Manchester covers the other areas, the 10 local authorities such as Wigan, Bolton, Oldham and Stockport. Together, that makes the population of Greater Manchester 2.8 million, which is significantly higher than the second of the highest outside of London, which is Birmingham. It's about 160 miles from North London. So if you were to drive, it would take roughly 3.5 hours to 4.5 hours, depending on the traffic. By train, it takes about 2.5 hours and is the largest economy in the northwest of the UK. So in terms of house price inflation year on year, Manchester's seen a very, very strong growth. It's only third behind Nottingham and Leicester, and is sitting at around 4.2%. In fact, JLL did a forecast, and they expect the house price increase for the Northwest to grow at about 17% over the next 5 years. Another reason why people are looking to move into Manchester is because it's significantly cheaper than London. If you go to a source or a website called Expatistan, you can actually compare different cities in the UK and compare the living standard. Here we've done a comparison between London and Manchester, and you actually see that for different categories such as housing and transportation, there's a massive difference. In terms of housing, it's 65% more expensive to live in London, and in terms of transportation, it's 77% more expensive to travel around London. What this means is, if you add all of these up, in general, or on average, it's about 40% more expensive to live in London than it is in Manchester. So what you're getting is that a lot of people, especially with the COVID situation, more people can work from home. They're moving out of the capital and going to regional centres such as Birmingham and Manchester. What this means for Manchester is that it's a #1 in terms of growth in terms of jobs, and sitting at being the highest ranked, there's an 84% in job growth within the city centre. If we look at the demographics, we see a very healthy spread of young professionals. So in this area where you see 20 to 40 to 24 and to 40 to 44, there's a large percentage of the population within this group. This is ideal for our type of tenant demographic. If you look at Victoria Riverside, most of the units are 1 and 2 bedrooms, and this fits in perfectly with this age group. After graduating, you see that many of the job seekers look to stay on within the city centre. They want to work in the town. They want to be close to the bars, the clubs, the nightclubs. As they get older, they do tend to settle down and will move to the larger houses in the suburbs. What's driving the growth is the number of students in the area. There are actually 100,000 students attending the 4 universities within Greater Manchester. And within an hour's drive, there are 22 universities. So all within Manchester, there's so many university students within the area, and they do tend to congregate towards Manchester. The graduate retention rate is also very high. 70% of all graduates in the area tend to remain within Manchester. In the UK, a lot of the students do tend to come from towns and villages, and once they go to university, they make friends there, and they tend to stay on a bit longer and get a job there and keep in touch with all their friends in the area. So within an hour's drive, there are almost 400,000 students. What this means is there's a massive demand for accommodation within Manchester. The infrastructure is also very, very strong in this area. We've got the HS2, which is going to be developed, which puts Manchester firmly in touch with London. This brings the actual travel time down from Manchester to London, which is currently sitting at 2 hours and 7 minutes to just over 1 hour. In Hong Kong, there are a lot of people who commute to and from Central, and it takes them more than 1 hour to actually get back home. So you're traveling a huge distance, and it only takes 1 hour. So this is going to be a huge game changer. If you go to Birmingham, it used to take about 1.5 hours, and the time will be brought down to 41 minutes. So we're talking about Victoria Riverside. Sue, can you play the video? Hi, Sue, would you like to play the video?
Yes, I will do the video, but I think you have to stop sharing first so I can share.
Okay.
Sorry, just a minute. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Sue.
You're welcome.
Okay, can you see the slide again? Great. So let's talk about Victoria Riverside. Okay, the location of Victoria is very well placed. It's on the tram lines of Bury and Rochdale. To get to Piccadilly is only 4 stops away, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and obviously Piccadilly, as you know, is going to be the home of the HS2 station. So it's in a great location, very close to the city centre. We look at the map. Just 1 second. Here we have the project Victoria Riverside, next to Meadowside, Manchester, and Noma. This building here is called One Angel Square. Sometimes it's referred to as the slice egg. So it's an oval shape. Imagine it being cut in half, and it would look similar to like a sliced egg. We've got the Victoria Station here, which is just about 8 to 9 minutes walk from Victoria Riverside. In fact, the centre of Manchester is quite small. You can actually easily walk from Victoria Riverside to Salford or Piccadilly Station within 20 minutes. So if you want to get to Chinatown easily within 20 minutes, if you want to go get some stores from Wingyip Superstore, it's even less time, 10 minutes walk. So as you can see, the city centre is nothing like London. You can easily walk from one side to the other within half an hour. Here's a Google map showing you the distance in walking time. So from Victoria Riverside to Victoria Station, you can probably do that comfortably in 8 minutes. If you want to do a bit of shopping, meet your friends for coffee, have lunch, you can go to the Arndale Centre. So the Arndale Centre is full of the high street shops and is a major mall. It would take probably about 10 to 11 minutes from Victoria Riverside to the Arndale Centre. Noma has already received a lot of tenants, and some very prominent companies have been attracted to the area. So this is One Angel Square, which I mentioned earlier. And you've got high-tech companies such as Amazon, WeWork, the Co-op, which is like a conglomerate. They do insurance and retail and is like a supermarket. All these companies have been attracted to this area. And we're seeing a massive regeneration program in this part of North Manchester. So what is the Northern Gateway? The Northern Gateway is one of the largest projects in Northwest UK. The Far East Consortium is working with the Manchester City Council to develop about 15,000 units over the next 15 to 20 years. Not only is there going to be residential units being built, there's going to be over 200 office buildings, commercial areas, and a lot of public areas for recreational use. If we look at this map, what's interesting is you see this area here is the city centre. If you look at the Northern Gateway regeneration area, it's actually quite a considerable size compared to the city centre. It's even, it looks even almost the same size as the city centre. And what's going to happen is once this area gets developed, it's going to increase the actual city center and push the boundaries of the city center to more north. So this city center boundary will actually go from here all the way up to the top to where the ring road is and back down. So what once was North Manchester city center will actually be the city center, will actually be the middle of the city center. The site actually covers over 155 hectares. What that means is each 1 hectare is about 2.5 football pitches. So 2 times 155 is approximately 400. So you actually get about 400 football pitches in this area. So it's a considerable size, very significant project. Here's a photo showing you the extent of where the project will extend to. Here is the One Angel Square, part of Noma, and it will extend all the way to this ring road here by Queen's Park. We look at this photo here, it gives you another angle, and this is the project, Victoria Riverside, sitting on this site here, and then you get, as you can see, there's a lot of greenery, a lot of space. A lot of these areas will be developed, but they will keep a lot of the park side along the river. For Victoria Riverside, because it's so close to Noma, this will be the entrance or the gateway to the northern regeneration area. So if you are going into this area or going into the projects here, one of the first projects you go by would be Victoria Riverside. And obviously the benefits of this area is that it's so close to the Noma areas and so close to the offices, which are all being developed in this area here. The area in red is the actual site, and you've got the train track which is going along here. The actual train track is called the Arches, and it goes into Victoria Station just here. Noma area is this area within the pink boundary, and the site actually sits between Angel Meadow Park and St. Catherine's Wood. So to the north and to the south, you actually get a lot of greenery, so there is a lot of space. So it's very rare to actually have a inner city development which has so much greenery on both sides. Again, here's a closer look at the site map. So you've got 3 projects, 3 towers, which will be placed here, here, and here. And you've got Meadowside, which is just a few minutes walk over here. And then you've got the River Irk along this side of the bank, running down by the woods. Here's an actual photo from Google, and you'd actually see this is the One Angel Square, the park, and then very close by is the development site. There are actually 3 towers. We have Park View here, which is the one we're promoting first. Then we've got City View and Crown View. Park View will be 26 stories, about 189 units. Most of them are, like I mentioned before, 1 and 2 units. There are only 3 3-bedroom units within this tower. City View is 18 stories, so it's slightly shorter, and the Crown View will be 37 stories. In total, there are 634 units. Between each tower, there's a lot of space, a lot of recreational area. So we have a podium B, which will have trees, sitting areas for lunch, a lot of places to walk, and it will provide a very quiet area between Park View and City View. The developer mentioned that the train track will be where on this side of the development. So they recommend, if you are going to suggest units to your clients, maybe this side and also this side. City View is probably not as good as Park View, and Crown View is also very close to the train track, so it might be a little bit noisy. In terms of aspect, this is north, so all of these windows here will be facing north, and then you get the west sun in the afternoon from this side, the east sun from this direction here. Here's an image of CGI of the building. So this is Park View, which we'll be promoting first, Crown View, and then City View. Again, the developer also mentioned that the units, a lot of people tend to go for high units, but for this project, the low units actually get a really good view of the river. So even if you're on the third, fourth floor, you can actually get a very good view of the river. And because it's not so high up, you probably get a better view of the river lower down than you do higher up in the building. In between, there are some townhouses. These are the townhouses, the larger homes and projects, but in this project, you have mainly 1 and 2 bedrooms. The 1 bedrooms is depicted by the orange color, and then the pink color represents the larger 2 bedrooms. So the larger 2 bedrooms tend to be the corner units, and then in between you've got the smaller 1 bedrooms. But let me just make it slightly bigger. One of the selling points of these units is though you get a dual aspect, which means you get, normally with a unit, you probably only get 1 window where you'd look out, but for these units, you actually get 2 windows, so you can see out from this direction and from this direction. I'll show you again in another photo which illustrates this more clearly. This is an elegantly designed 24-hour concierge. And this is what I mean by the picture view windows. So you get floor to ceiling windows, gives you a really good exposure, a really good view of the city or the park. And then within the same room, you get another window, which gives you another aspect or another direction which you can look out of. Normally, a lot of these 1-bedroom houses, one of these bedroom flats is just 1 window. This maximizes the visibility and gives you that a really good view over the river. To give you some illustrations, here are some 1-bedroom floor plans. This one is a 539 square foot apartment, which is facing south. As you can see, within this unit, there are 2 major windows. You've got the frame, the picture view window here, floor to ceiling window, and another one here as well. This unit is more or less the same size, 338 square foot, and also it faces north, and you get 2 major windows, giving you lots of light and room to actually see outside of the windows. Here again is the illustration. It comes fully fitted with the cooker, dishwashers, refrigerator. The furniture is not included. The soft furniture is not included, but the flooring, you get vinyl flooring, tiles in the bathroom, wall tiles in the bathroom, and carpeting in the main bedrooms. Another example of the modern interior design, all built to very high specifications. And from a rental perspective, we've got some illustrations up here of some properties or units very close to Meadowside. This one is at 1 Smithfield Square, and it commands a rent of £875 per calendar month. This one here is a bit nearer to Meadowside, which is £950 per calendar month. The only difference is Victoria Riverside is going to be built in about 2 years' time. Completion is Q2 of 2024. So inflation, there will be some inflation, and prices will increase significantly by that time. And with Victoria Riverside, there are a bit more facilities. So you've got the club gym, dining facilities, lounge, 24-hour concierge. So you should be commanding a slightly higher rate than the ones you see here. For the 2 bedrooms, there's quite a difference between the ones in Angel Gardens, which are about 1,700, even the ones in the Skyline, about 1,300 to 1,400. For the actual summary, the Crown View has 37 stories, City View 18, and the Park View 26 stories. The completion needs to be actually updated in this slide. It is going to be Q2 2024, and the lease on this development is 250 years. The ground rent is about £150 for Tower C, and the service charge will be about £3 per square foot. So a 500 square foot apartment, you're looking at about £1,500 per calendar year. The amenities include the communal gardens, fully equipped gym, lounge, private dining. Because this is such a large project, you're going to have access to a lot more amenities in this area for this project. To purchase a property or to take a unit off the market, we just require a £2,000 reservation fee. Then a further 10% will be needed upon exchange of contract. Exchange of contracts is normally 21 days or 28 days after the reservation. And then within 12 months of the exchange of contract, a further 10% will be needed. And the balance of 80% will be on completion in Q2 2024. So the main selling points for this project, you're really targeting or looking at those investors or buyers who are looking to buy or looking to spend about 250 to 350k. So those buyers who might be priced out of the London market or don't want to afford or don't want to pay for London prices, and they're looking for a project which is very strong and stable, this is an ideal project for them. It's backed by the government. The developer is very strong, has a very good track record, very reputable, and they're working with the city council. This is a massive project. It's going to last 15 to 20 years. It's very well located next to the Victoria Station and also next to Noma, which is bringing in, attracting a lot of companies, a lot of tenants. The project is unusual in that it's surrounded by greenery. There are lots of parks, lots of places to exercise. And for anyone who has roughly, for 1 bedroom, you're looking at a £25,000 deposit on exchange. Next year, another £25,000 payment, and then the rest in 2 years' time. Right now, the developer is saying a lot of the prices have gone up. A lot of the material costs have gone up because of COVID. Steel prices have gone up, concrete prices have gone up, labor has gone up. So inflation in the next couple of years, we're going to see a significant rise. So if you get in early right now, you can actually secure a blue chip property secured by a very reputable developer and get in at entry-level prices. 250k in Manchester is still quite very reasonable. So that's it from me. Thank you for listening. And does anyone have any questions?
Thank you, Jimmy. Okay, maybe I'll just ask you a few questions because, you know, we are sharing this on the Facebook platform as well. And I'm sure some of the listeners are quite new in this area. And we understand from you that, you know, £2,000, then 10%. Yeah, but can you elaborate a little bit more about what are the additional costs that can we have to let the investor know, like apart from the buying cost, but the price, what are the additional costs like stamping or etc.? Yeah.
Yeah. So there's stamp duty costs. The stamp duty holiday will have ended by this time, so it's 2024. So that doesn't really come into effect. You have to pay the stamp duty. There's the solicitor fees. So the solicitor fees would be in the region of £1,000 to £1,500. There's sometimes some negotiation to be done with the developer. So if you do have any clients, let us know. We can see if the developer can actually help with some of the stamp duty, with some of the solicitor fees. There's also, what else? The stamp duty, I think that's about it. Stamp duty, solicitor fees, and yeah, I can't think of any offhand. Obviously, there would be ground rent, which you need to pay, some service charge to get rid of your utilities, water, electricity, etc.
Okay, the ground rent and the service charge and all this will be payable upon completion, right? Around that time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I am sure many of the investors, some of the investors may not be living there, and then is there any options of property management, and what are the costs involved in a property management?
Yeah. So you're welcome to choose your own property lettings management company. Forists have their own lettings management company. The typical rate, depending on what kind of services you need or require, changes. So for full lettings and management, where they screen the tenants, they do background checks on the tenants, they manage the tenants, collect the monthly rents, is normally about 10 to 12%. To actually find a tenant is just to find a tenant, so you'd pay probably a lot less, so about 5% just to find the tenant. But a lot of overseas investors tend to go for the full lettings and management, where they're paying about 10 to 12%.
Okay. So this agents, we have this property management agency, we have to engage ourselves, or you have someone that's with the company as well?
Yeah, so if any of your clients, any of the agents have clients and they need this, then we can refer them on to a lettings and management company. We can provide the details with the contact details, and they will contact the client.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed that the city view building is kind of behind the park view. So does it block the view of some of the units in the park view?
Okay, let's just go to screen. Okay, so city view. It's slightly lower, so the city view will be overlooking the city, which is to the south. So unless you're on the very highest floor, then it will be blocked. The city view is slightly lower. It's about 10 stories shorter than the park view. So I recommend for agents, you would probably want to be promoting the north-facing units first anyway. You get a better view of the river, you get a better view of the woods, and obviously it's better than looking directly into the next tower.
Yes, definitely. We want to be early and get the best units that we can, right?
Yeah. And obviously from this side, you're even further away from the trains, from the train track here. So it's going to be quieter as well. So there's a lot of bonuses to actually get in early and make sure that you actually secure units north facing.
Well, is the train track currently running, or is it will it be built in the future, or what?
It's currently being used. It's currently working at the moment. Yeah.
Okay, good to know. And you also mentioned that there are some fixtures and all these things, right? And I know I'm just wondering whether the developer is also including like curtains and this kind of thing. No?
Yeah, soft furnishing is not included. So the curtains, blinds, they're not included. But that's not very expensive anyway. In the UK, you get blinds done for about £400–500. Carpeting's already included, so you don't need to worry about flooring. They've got vinyl floorings in the hall, in the lounge, in the kitchen area. In the bathrooms, it's all tiled up, so you don't need to worry about the flooring at all, which is normally about £3–4,000. The only thing you need to think about is maybe if you want it to be furnished with a sofa or a couch. All the other white goods are included, so the dishwasher, washing machine, fridge, freezer are also included in the actual package.
So with the popularity of Airbnb, I would like to know, like, is this property open for the investors to use it as a Airbnb?
I'm not sure, to be honest. Let me check on that for you. Obviously, you own the property yourself. It's going to be in your name. There might be some restrictions in terms of obviously you're part of a lease, so there is a landlord, and there might be some kind of rules and regulations within it. But I know a lot of these projects, they tend to rent out privately, and as long as you don't get people creating too much fuss, then it's possible to rent out to Airbnb privately. But legally, if you look at the lease, there might be some restrictions.
So appreciate you can double check on that and let us know. And also along with that, right, like if the property is open for Airbnb, so is there like kind of like the concierge, can they be acting for the owner, or leaving the key or something like that? Is that even possible? So can if you can have some find out the information, just let us know.
Sure, no problem.
Any questions from the floor? Yes. Is there any promotion going on right now? We all like to know.
The promotions, I think we can talk to the developer regarding the solicitor fees. Sometimes they have promotions, and one of the things they do is you can actually, for the agents, give a slight discount to those buyers, but the discount will affect also, the commission that the agent gets. So obviously it's not advisable to give too much discount away. Obviously, the higher the amount you can promote, or if you sell it to the published rates, then obviously the higher commission the agents would get.
So it's on case basis. If really need be to close one deal, then you can directly negotiate. Right? Sure.
Limited amount.
So I think that will be all for today. We'll want to thank you for your time. And it looks like a very beautiful and well-connected development, and we hope that the warriors here and in Hong Kong team also will be able to aggressively promote your project. And it is really I want to thank you. For the audience, for the warriors, and for our colleague here, if you have any further question, please drop us a message in the comment box, or you can contact us directly. And we want to invite you to continue to look out for our Facebook Live every Wednesday, 3 p.m. for all the other international property sharing. And if you have missed any of our episodes, just sign on to our FB page, IQI International Sales, or YouTube to watch the replay. So meanwhile, stay safe and take care. I'm Su Wong, signing off now. Bye. Thank you, Jimmy. Bye.
Thank you, Sue. Thank you, Jimmy. Sorry, this is morning. Hope you don't mind. Hope you don't mind. I actually have a quick question before